Pete's killing this organization. Welcome back to the Team 12 Seattle Seahawks podcast. I'm your host, Team 12s, and today we're going to be talking about how Pete Carroll's bringing the ship down, and I don't want the rest of the Seahawks organization to be on it, and that he's extremely selfish for doing what he's doing to this organization and to this fan base. And you may say, like, what do you mean? It's a rough start. The players are obviously confused out there. The defense just needs to get rolling. The offense needs a little time. No. It's not acceptable. Pete Carroll is putting his fingers in the offense, and what do you think he's doing if the thing that he came into the NFL to be is this mastermind defensive coordinator that his baby that he cradles more than anything and loves with more than anything in his heart is the defense? How much do you think he's sticking his fingers in there? You may say that what's his face, our defensive coordinator, I can't think of it, think of his name. But he's not the main problem. Yes, he is a problem. I'd love to see him fired and us bring in Wade Phillips, a defensive coordinator who's an old guy. Yes, he's 47, older than Pete Carroll, but he knows what he's doing. He's not a, yes, sir, I'm a throw out the most basic scheme possible for defenses to just light up the world, like Kirk Cousins and Ryan Tannehill throw over 300 yards. Well, there's Patrick Mahomes. If he goes up against this defense, he's going for over 500. Russell Wilson's going to have to score 60 points to get the win. That's not how you build a Super Bowl winning team. You build a Super Bowl winning team with a head coach that knows how to move off the path and go to a new defense, a new offense, a new quarterback, a new wide receiver, a new defensive back, a new defensive tackle. Someone who knows how to move on and actually build off of what he's created and keep doing what he's supposed to do. That's why Bill Belichick has stayed in this league for 20 years. Over 20 years. He's been in the league since the Giants beat the Ravens and like all that when Sean Taylor was in the league. That's how long Bill Belichick's been in this league. In the middle of Brady's career with the Patriots, he said, "Oh my God, I have a Hall of Fame quarterback on my hands. I need to adjust. Move to what builds best for him to get this team up to that, rather from those middling years where they had those years after the Super Bowls." He was like, "Oh my God, I have the Super Bowl quarterback. Let's go. I'm going to build this team around him, and we're going to destroy." And that's what he did. He ran his people. They weren't the best team in the NFL for a little bit. They weren't winning the Super Bowl for a little bit. And he was like, okay, what do I have to do? Adjust. Because that's what Super Bowl best coach in the NFL does. He adjusts to what's best for the team and not for his own extremely selfish ego. What this team has to do to get to that Super Bowl state this year, which probably won't happen because of how bad you're doing, is bring in Richard Sherman. Oh, shoot, that can't happen. He's with the Buccaneers now. Bring in Josh Gordon. Oh, wait. He's with the Chiefs. The two best options at the two positions, you kind of needed a lot. Both gone. You need a defensive tackle. Geno Atkins? He's still there. You can pick him up. But we don't know how good he did, and if he actually did really bad at the workout, and they just didn't want to tarnish his name. There's nothing working for us. We would have to bring in Wade Phillips, pull him out of retirement, just throw a lasso, yeehaw, pull that man in, kick, what's his face out, our defensive coordinator, our current one, because he's just a yes man. Yes, Pete Carroll. gonna throw basic offense defense out in there. Let's let the offense just murder us. Like, that's what he does. Pete Carroll is calling all the plays. He's calling all the shots. Pete Carroll's the defensive coordinator, but our defense coordinator is the middleman. You have to bring in, say, C.J. Henderson of the Jaguars, trade for him, then call up the Eagles, ring-a-ling-ling-ding. Jason Kelce, you're not going to win a Super Bowl this year, Eagles. What's it going to take? You already drafted Landon Dickerson. You're going to be the new center of your future. You already have him playing offensive guard, so he's getting snaps already. Just slot him on in. Okay, how about this? We'll throw you a 3rd round pick. Oh, we'll throw you a 4th round pick, and we'll give you a 7th. There you go. Bring Jason Kelce in here. A 4th or a 5th. And a 5th. Bring Jason Kelce in. Then you have Frank Ragnow of the Lions, also a center. If Kelce doesn't work, okay, Lions, you're the worst organization in the NFL right now. In front of the Texans, because the Texans are garbaggio. How about we slide you our future 1st round pick, bring him in, and then you have Penei Sewell, and you have another offensive tackle there. You can just build in, and you can build some wide receivers and just do your thing. How about that? Load up on those 1st round picks like you did with the Rams. Get those super 1st round picks. Let's do that for you. Bring him in there if Jason Kelce doesn't work. I'd prefer Kelce because, well, he'd probably be easier to trade for. You'd need probably to trade for Brandon Cooks, and that would have to happen. He could run those end arounds just like not Tyler Lockett, Dwayne Eskridge. He could do all those things just like him and has great speed. Pete Carroll would have to own up along with every single player on this team and say, yes, I've been playing like utter garbage, except for the offense. The offense is doing fine. That's not the problem, because you score on your first 4 drives. Doesn't matter if it's a field goal, doesn't matter if it's a touchdown. If you score on your first 4 drives, you're a good offense. But if your defense is so horrendous, because your coach is so selfish and won't put out a new defense, and just runs the same stuff that ends up getting you destroyed, and doesn't know how to condition his players because they're getting gassed on probably one of the deepest defensive lines in the NFL. They're getting gassed by the end of the second quarter. It's not okay. Your offense sits on the sideline while the Vikings are driving down the field for 7 to 8 minute drives. Your offense needs to get in a rhythm. Have those 3-minute drives, those 2-minute drives, those 4-minute drives at the most, to be able to have your offense go back out there. Boom, boom. Hit him with a short pass. Oh, let's go deep ball. Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf. Oh, screen game. Let's go. Oh, 3rd down, DJ Dallas. We need 3 yards. Yeah. Well, I'll tap the ball once. If the deep ball's not there, we don't go there. If the slants aren't there, we don't go there. DJ Dallas. Oh, since everything else is covered, DJ Dallas is open. Let's go DJ Dallas. Your offense can't do that if your defense is on the field for 8 minutes because they're so horrendous. Trey Flowers is a failed experiment. Completely failed. Yes, has great games. Like, in the 2nd game of the season last year against the Cardinals, he flipped a switch. He was like, boom, oh, I'm on. Let's go. He put up against Hopkins, shut him down. Like, for DeAndre Hopkins, he had like 50 yards and like 4 receptions. That was it. And then he gets put up against we played the Vikings. He gets put up against Adam Thielen with safety help, and he can't do anything. DJ Reed last year looked like a great player. We were like, why did the 49ers cut this man? He's insane. He's doing amazing. Above league average. Oh no. Justin Jefferson's going to run forward to the side, then hit the brakes. Just a run over. Touchdown. Hits him with the same move. Goes. Hold on. Mine says 20%. I just got to press it. It's very annoying. Same move. Boom. touchdown. Easy. Your defense, your cornerbacks, your safeties. Jamal Adams, you pay him so much money, but you don't use him in a diverse way that he's supposed to be used in a rush on blitzes. He was more effective as a blitzer last year than he is this year. And not just because he's not getting blitzed as much, but, well, yeah, because he's not getting blitzed as much. You're using him like you would a normal safety. Put that man in the box. Have him stop those rundowns. Do that KJ Wright roll and his normal roll. Have him chase players around in the backfield. Put him in a good spot to intercept interceptions. He's not this free safety Earl Thomas Cam Chancellor hybrid. He's a Cam Chancellor hybrid with some better safety skills that can absolutely level a person. A better player and better potential than Cam Chancellor, but not being used at all like he's supposed to be used. That's why, who I mentioned earlier, I repeat his name over and over in my head just so I wouldn't forget. But the Rams' old defensive coordinator, the guy that I said we should drag out of retirement, he uses that 3-4 Ravens defense, where you have your 3 defensive linemen, then you have your linebackers. They don't do a ton. They'll line up, and then they'll drop back into the coverage. And then you can use Jamal Adams in that role. You can blitz him in for easy sacks. You can keep him out for a great coverage linebacker, for a average safety coverage. You can do so much with this defense. You have so much talent. You have so much talent everywhere. We're bleeding with talent except for in the cornerback group and the depth of the wide receiver group. Yet, you don't use it. So, this season, we either have to make a trade for Stephon Gilmore if we're actually going to do something. But, if you're not going to do any of those things, I hope we get utterly destroyed in every single one of these games, and Russell stays, and Pete Carroll gets the boot and gets out of here. I don't think it'll happen, because Jody Allen's going to be like, oh, one bad season, I'm going to keep my brother's legacy. I'm going to keep him in. Well, yeah, you want to keep your brother's legacy, but your brother, he would have fired Pete Carroll a long time ago. He would have fired him 2-3 years ago. Because we've just been at that middling state where, like, there's like the Falcons, where you're just down on that low end, 7-9, 4-12 last year. You're not going to get anywhere. We are the good version of that. We are the 10-7, well, in the past, 10-6, 12-4. Let's make it a divisional round. Almost beat the Packers. No, but we're gonna lose. Let's get destroyed by the Rams with a crippled thumb Jared Goff. Let's do that. This team, as it sits, doesn't have any ability to even be a playoff contender. This team, if they actually take some responsibility and work for those wins like you should be. Carlos Dunlap not playing up to potential. Jamal Adams not playing up to potential. Bobby Wagner having a good season. Jordan Brooks horrendous in coverage. Lockett almost lost his knee, it looked like. Looked like that thing had to get amputated. DK Metcalf looked like he got a concussion and a dislocated shoulder on that jump ball. Your offense is doing everything they have, and the reason they're throwing deep balls and doing that thing that they did last year is because your defense is so bad that they're forced to. They're forced to throw those. They're forced to. They're not willingly, oh my god, we have to. The short game, by the time you get to the touchdown area, to the red zone, clock's going to be done. When you're down 20, 30 points, you can't just tic-tac your way up the field. By that point, you're out of clock. You don't have infinite clock. The only thing that is certain in life is time. And that is extremely certain in football. So, I don't know what Pete Carroll has happened to him. I do know. He has the end-all be-all say, forced John Snyder into making a trade for Jamal Adams, because John Snyder doesn't want to give up 2 first-round picks. He'll give up a 7th-round pick for Carlos Dunlap. He'll give up a 4th-round pick for a 5th-round pick for Brandon Cooks if we trade for him. but he's not going to give up massive blockbuster trades. So, just fire Pete Carroll. Don't let that man be the end-all, be-all. And it's a long video, but it had to happen. I'm extremely pissed off still. I'm posting this the day I'm making this like an hour and a half before you're seeing it. When it's posted, but it's out of hand, and Pete Carroll is throwing an anchor straight through the middle of the ship, and this ship's going down like the Titanic. It ain't slowing down. We ain't able to patch up any of these holes unless Pete Carroll steers the ship away from the iceberg, which is, I think, too late. So, tell me what you think in the comments. I hope that we we keep Wilson, fire Pete, and then we end up getting, let's say, Eric Bieniemy of the Chiefs as our new coach, which would be awesome. Or TCU head coach, the guy that was Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield's head coach, because he has such great success with shorter quarterbacks and has run amazing offenses with those quarterbacks. So tell me in the comments what you think. I'll have a link in my description for my Discord, and have a good rest of your day.